Khan Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash Yahweh, who the word ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give whatever honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who has taught me this truth. I want to give the peace and blessings to the IQ across the four corners of the earth who teach this truth and risk their life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Lord, when the video's edifying, Lord, the IQ get something for this video. Quick video through the Spirit, man. I'm going to grab a couple of precepts here. And Sirach, but before I do that, let's just skim through the news real quick, see what's going on. Top AI companies agree to work with Pentagon on secret data. AI models now outperforming doctors at diagnosing patients in the ER. Hey, man, that's what they're trying to, that's what everything is trying to, they're trying to ship everything to that, to AI, right? It says, UK raises terror threat level, meaning enemy attack within 6 months. Huge fireball lights up the sky over southern. Unusual earthquake strikes in Nevada. Iran war likely to restart. Senior Tehran official warns after Trump says robot police dogs power. All right, cool. Hey, so a couple different things, right? Wars, rumors of wars. Hey, I want to say something about these little robots. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, scriptures talk about, you know, Jacob's trouble, okay? And, you know, in that time, it says that it's never been a time like that. So you got Esau finna come from left field with some shit, man. You know, some wild shit. You know what I mean? This guy's you know, like Dexter's Laboratory. This guy's a mad scientist, man. So he's finna come with some shit, okay? And if your mind ain't right, and you don't fear Yahweh Shai, you're gonna get caught up in that shit, man. You're gonna get caught up in that shit. And how do you expect to be defended? When you go to Sirach, the 2nd chapter, and 10, it says, abide. And it's, let me grab it. Let me grab it right quick. It says, Sirach 2 and 10, it says, look at the generations of old and see did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise or caught upon himself? It says, look at the generations of old. Right, go through the scriptures, right? It says, and see did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded. Who was confounded or trusted in Yahweh Shai? Nobody. Even when it looked, we actually talked about that at camp. Even when it looked like the craziest situation, you got to think about Jonah. When you really sit back and think about that, that's a wild situation, man. Okay. Wow. So like you. That's a wild situation to be swallowed up by a big fish for 3 days. Come on, man. All right, but the Lord still delivered them. The Lord still had mercy. Okay? You're going to do what the Lord asks you to do regardless. Ain't no escaping it. The Lord controls everything. Scriptures say he directs the steps of men. Right? It says, or did any abide? And when you read, when you read that story, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jonah admitted that, because, you know, the water was chaotic. And I think Jonah, and it says that other people on the boat prayed to their whatever they believed in and all that, and woo, you know what I'm saying? But Jonah, roughly paraphrasing scripture, I believe Jonah, like, showed, he was always going, it's happening because of me, you know what I'm saying? And they threw him off the boat, and then it stopped, and then he got swallowed, man. Okay? But ultimately, the Lord had mercy on him because he got delivered up out of this situation. Okay, it says, or did any abide in his fear? See, abide in his fear, right? Did you abide in his fear? Are you using your grace period for evil? to do evil, to do wicked, to, you know what I'm saying, to do certain different things that that you know is wrong, or are you using your grace period to try to get right to the best of your ability? You see what I mean? It's a difference. Okay? So you got to abide. Scripture say, kiss the son, lest he be angry. You got to abide. You know, you got to fear the Lord. The first step to coming to the Lord is fearing him. Okay? Let's get into the scriptures, though. It's going to be a quick video, man. Let's get into the Sirach 3 and 17. It says, humility, my child, be humble. This title is humility. My child, be humble, 17 verse. My child, be humble in everything you do, and people will appreciate it more than gifts. So be humble in everything you do, right? And you'll feel better, okay? You'll feel better, man. It says, because, when you're prideful and all that shit and all that, man, and you fear the Lord, it don't mix. You know what I'm saying? You check that shit at the door. You check the very thought, because the Lord hates that, man. Hates prideful, okay? Pridefulness. It says the greater you become, the more humble you should be. So the greater you become, the more humble you should be. That's not what you taught in the world. The more you have in the world, the more you step on people's neck. The more you this, the more you that. Right? The scriptures say opposite, which is the right way. It says don't try to understand things that are too hard for you or investigate matters that are beyond your power to know. Concentrate on the law which has been given to you. You do not need to know about things which the Lord has not revealed, so don't concern yourself with them. After all, what has been shown to you is beyond human power to understand. Right? And I believe in the KJV, it says, what's showed to you is more than what men understand. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Okay? Man, we know this truth. Okay? We know prophecy. We know what's to come. We know the end. Right? We just hope to be delivered. We hope to be saved. Okay? In that time. Okay? It says many people have been misled by their own opinions. Their wrong ideas have warped their judgment. Right? All right. Matter of fact, Sirach 3 and 24 in the KJV. Because I like what it says. It says, for many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. All right? Many are deceived by their own vain opinion, by their own mind. That's why, hey, it's even when you go to rebuke somebody, it's a way to do it. Right? When you rebuke, you're restoring a brother. And you got to rebuke it in a timely fashion. Okay? And scriptures say, hear the whole matter, then judge. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Okay? It's ways, it's order to everything, man. Okay? But you got dudes who would get on somebody and not understand, only understand 90% of the story, but miss the 10%, which probably is the most important. You know what I'm saying? Because they own evil suspicion or they own vain opinion. Right? So it's ways, like we have order, man. We have, direction, which the scriptures give us that. Okay? Scriptures give us that, man. Give us, guidance on what to do. Okay? 26. So stubbornness will get you into trouble at the end. If you live dangerously, it will kill you. Hey, stubbornness, man. You ever met a motherfucker who's stubborn? Like a ass? They're frustrating people to even be around because they're so caught up into how they think, even if it's wrong. And ignorance is bliss. Okay? So a stubborn person will be burdened down with troubles. Sinners go on adding sin to one. It's like adding one sin to another. There is no cure for the trouble that arrogant people have. Wickedness has taken deep root in them. Right? They're blinded. Right? Stubbornness, pridefulness. Right? All these things, arrogant. All these things really blind you from growth. Intelligent people, this 29, says intelligent people will learn from proverbs and parables. They listen well because they want to learn. Right? So when you go into, and that's why I always say, like, the building books, right? Sirach, Proverbs, right? To search out a thing. Let me grab that too. Search out Yep. Proverbs 25:2 said, it is the glory of the Most High to conceal the thing, but the honor of kings is to search out the matter. Okay, as a matter of fact, Proverbs 25:2. Let's get that here. It is the Most High's privilege to conceal things and the king's privilege to discover them. Okay, and that's, hey, look, man, we discovering every day. Every day, man. What does scripture say? If your desire be scepters, thrones, all right, wisdom Solomon 6:21, it says, if your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. So what I mean by, you adding to yourself, every time you go into a breakdown, every time you watch a video, every time you go into history, every time you go into things of the Bible, the meat of the scriptures, the milk of the scriptures, every time you go into it, man, every time you go into it, you're adding to yourself. You're searching things up, adding to your wisdom, adding to your knowledge, adding to your faith. These things are important, man. These is what you need to be doing, using your grace period to do, right? Is to make your relationship right with Yahweh Shai to the best of your ability, man. And again, I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. Okay? Hey, so with that, man, let me do this. At the finally, I got something from this video. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash, until your brothers keep pushing on to the next Shalom.